Today, we're gonna try to make
Butter by jumping rope.
running
Beating it.
and pedaling. There's a trend going around among the people who run, a little fat, where people make butter with the movement of their bodies. The idea is to get some fresh, heavy cream, the kind that comes in a little bottle like this, which is a bit more expensive. You tie this to yourself somehow, put it in a bag inside your backpack, I don't know, go out running, and in the end, this turns into butter. Does that make sense? Does it really work? How does heavy cream turn into butter? Isn't there an alternative way to do it? Fernanda Weinberg, Fernanda Weinberg, now known as the biologist from Manual do Mundo. What makes it special enough to turn into butter?
Heavy cream is made from milk. And here you have fat, water, carbohydrates, proteins. So there's a lot of stuff in it. And the butter we know is mostly fat. So what do? We whip this heavy cream here and separate the fat from the rest. So the little fat globules start to come together as we whip it, and they separate from the rest, forming a big block of fat, which is what we know as butter.
So, it makes perfect sense to make butter by shaking it. If you put it here on your hip while you're running, you'll get butter. Why can you only make it with heavy cream, which costs about twice as much as regular cream, when regular cream would be much easier to use?
The amount of fat in each of them varies. So for example, regular milk has 3% fat, which is very little. Then, in the boxed cream, which is cheaper than this one, it has up to about 20% fat. But this one here has 35% fat. So it's ideal for us to make butter. It's much fattier.
Okay, you'll get more butter this way. As a kid, we didn't do this with cream. On the farm, we used nata since it doesn't make sense to reprocess an already processed product. Right? We talked with the interns at Manual, and many didn't know what nata was since we only buy boxed milk here. As a kid, I got milk from my neighbor, who got it straight from the cow, forming a fat layer on top. We'd scoop that off. That was nata, then churn it into butter. So this method ends up being much more expensive than the industrial method of making butter, right?
But it's going to work, do you think so? I'm not sure all of them will, but I think it will. Okay?
Let's go. What are the ways we've decided to make butter here? We're gonna have 4 challengers. It's gonna be the butter master chef here on Manual do Mundo. First, Fernanda. Fernanda, you're our control, and we'll beat the heavy cream in the jar like our grandparents did. Daniel, do you have good or bad news?
Let's go.
The bad news is that you got the worst of all. You're gonna jump rope.
Am I gonna jump rope?
Jump rope.
And is this gonna turn into butter?
Yeah, it's gonna turn into butter on your back like you're a camel. The good news is that you'll be jumping rope with this beautiful Sextanti backpack. The backpack is yours to keep, because no one will want this backpack once it's sweaty and gross.
Good. At least I get to keep the backpack, right? But I suspect I got the worst method, ha?
I'm absolutely sure you got the worst method. Fernando Alves de Souza. Fernando has been working with us for over 10 years, and it's a delicate subject. But he used to weigh simply twice what he weighs now. There's only half of me left. There's only half left, and Fernando runs very well. It was part of this process. I expect nothing less than a 5-minute pace, running 10 kilometers in 50 minutes. Fernando is going to run. Let's see, okay, good luck. And I couldn't stay out of this challenge. After all, people love it when I get into trouble on Manual do Mundo. But I'm going with the sport that I'm best at here. Let's try to do it by bicycle. The problem is that we have to shake the milk up. If I just tie it to the bike frame, it doesn't shake that much, even if I'm riding in Sao Paulo, which isn't such a bumpy place. We also thought that putting it on the wheel wouldn't be a good idea, because I'm gonna ride fast, and if you put it on the wheel, this thing tends to slip, explode, or break. So, let's try to put it on my shin, like those ankle weights people use at the gym. It's one of the parts we move most while pedaling. And it's also attached to the body, right? Let's not be unfair to the rest of the people, since everyone will have to put up with this weight for a while. I'm going to put one bag inside the other here to avoid any leaks. Inside this little bag here. And this thing is going to be attached here to my shin. Manual do Mundo won't let this go unnoticed. This has turned into a real electronic ankle bracelet. I'm even embarrassed to go out on the street. Just look at this thing. Let's go, let's go. I'm gonna ride my bike here, on the bike path along the Pinheiros River. So all the images you're going to see here are from Sao Paulo. It's a really cool place to ride. I come here all the time.
I'm already using the worst method of all, right? I'm going to put a lot here to make sure I'll get something, right? How this is going to turn into butter, I have no idea. Man, I'm afraid this thing is going to burst. It's a joke. No, but it won't. I'm not the best at jumping rope in the world either. I'm kind of out of shape. Let's see how many jumps I can handle at once, right? Half an hour, 40 minutes. All right, let's do this.
Like everyone else, fresh heavy cream, and then I'm going to use a hydration backpack. It's made for you to put water in it during a run and drink it through a straw. I don't plan on drinking the heavy cream. And the cool thing about it is that it has a kind of thermal lining here. I'm not sure if it will help or hinder, but keeping the heavy cream fresh so we can eat it later might be a good idea. I hope I don't suffer too much, but Daniel.
It tires your legs.
There's also Fernanda's own suffering, right? Because doing it by hand, I don't know how much easier that is either.
I definitely got the easiest one.
Will suffer the least, right? He's just there.
Pedaling with this thing is tough. It really hurts your performance. This bag keeps hitting my leg.
Daniel will get the most tired jumping rope, but I think his will work too. Ibers has the lowest chance of working. Some of them will turn into butter just right. And I don't think Ibers will turn out that well.
And I don't think any butter has formed so far, because it's you feel that it's still liquid. There's no impact.
And then
Wow, it's tough, The backpack gets in the way more than I thought, Damn!
look, 4.5 minutes and I'm already switching hands because I'm already tired. The problem is my left hand has no coordination. I'm really bad with it.
I'm gonna have to switch with my left hand.
I think it's getting a little thicker, taking a bit of shape. But hey, I'm getting an arm workout out of this,
Jansen is running in Jeans to her. Jeans! He's pressuring me. I need to run faster than Fernando so I can film him. His pace is too fast for me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But I'm not going to run 10. No way. I don't know if I'm going either. Good luck.
You're crazy, man.
He runs too much.
This bike path must be about 22 kilometers from end to end now. There are many capybaras here too. There's a little baby over there. Look over there.
I actually feel bad for Daniel. I've been beating this for 10 minutes and it still isn't whipped cream yet. It should turn into whipped cream, then butter, but nothing's happened. Imagine the poor guy jumping rope.
I have to take a break, right? Oh, how many can I do? 10 jumps and I'm already winded.
Try doing this as long as I have, beating it by hand while jumping rope. Yikes, I can't take it.
I'm gonna fall into the pool in a bit. Those jerks are all laughing at me.
It was 10 kilometers. Let's see what happened. I just know I want bread with butter. Daniel must still be jumping.
I think you actually got worse.
I've been jumping for 10 minutes and can't take it anymore.
I think now it's time to strain and get all this liquid out of here. Now I'm going to give the butter a little wash in really cold water. And then it's pretty much done. After that, it goes in the fridge.
So what's up?
So what's up?
How far did you go?
10. 10K.
I went 21 kilometers. 21. Hold on.
Look, just this leg movement here, and the butter will be done.
Daniel left his here because he had to leave. Yeah,
The intern leaves earlier.
how disgusting. Good thing I gave him the backpack, that's all. Wow,
Smells like heavy cream. Did it leak in the backpack?
it leaked.
Daniel,
Daniel,
go.
here.
Here.
Ta-da. Oops. Wow. No. Look,
Didn't the look change?
this didn't turn into butter. Not in a million years. Daniel's turned out better than ours.
You can see it's a bit more yellowish.
Look, if you wanted to emphasize the separation of water and fat, yeah, I think here we actually have butter, huh? Look at the liquid coming out. But the yellow part is staying. The liquid here is good. That's it. That's what butter is. You separate the water from the fat. I'm going to finish up this butter here from Daniel. This here. Yeah, mark this here.
This didn't work out not like this.
No.
I thought it was from the bike. Let's mark it here.
Is it from the bicycle? Was it better than running?
No, I thought it would be because there's a lot of shaking.
There's no impact. If you count my pedal strokes and how often you put your foot down, you probably put your foot down more times than I pedal, because there are times when you stop pedaling and there's a bump. The bike just goes gently, it goes slowly, so it just keeps going.
But Daniel was...
Jumping. Yeah, Daniel was jumping in a way that we could feel the windows vibrating here at Manuel du Mundo. Cold water. I'll put it all in with a bag first, because the ice makes the butter solidify. I'd have to mix it more, okay? But the delicious smell of butter, I don't think it reached the right consistency. Okay, it's a very soft butter. Let's put it in the container, refrigerate it, and check tomorrow. The taste is really good. What did you say when the camera was off?
Yeah, I asked if it was supposed to be butter or cream cheese, right? Because they told me, I don't even know who I'm criticizing, but there are two here that are creamier.
That's true.
So, the question is who made cream cheese and who made butter?
You're way too confident.
Right? No, I'm not. It could be me.
But it's just that, because Daniel, yesterday, he left, didn't look inside his backpack to see what he had done with his stuff, and today, he doesn't know what he did. Did you struggle a lot yesterday?
I struggled a little, you know. It gets tiring. I think I ended up with the worst method.
The thing is,
Which one worked?
which one worked? Two didn't work and two did. Should we try them before telling Daniel which is which?
Sure.
All right. Everyone grab a little roll.
I'll start here. Go ahead. Hey, butter sommelier. Huh. The texture is good. It's a little colder than...
It should be, right? Then it should be. The night. You aren't trying hard enough here.
And picked up a splinter.
Ah, this is way too much hassle to get this butter out of here. Let me take off my ankle monitor here.
Shall we go?
Shall we go? Did it turn out good?
It's pretty mild, right? Did we put salt in the cold one?
There's no salt in any of them.
None of them have salt.
But it's butter. Definitely butter.
But it's good butter.
I'd say it's better than average butter.
Ah,
For sure. It's better than average butter. No offense. But this one has a better texture.
okay. And it ended up shaped even better like this, right? But this one, it turned out even...
It's better.
But I thought the taste was the same, only the texture differed.
This one seems more homogeneous, you know? With this one, you could feel a difference. This one is more like a paste.
I'm gonna eat one more now. Hold on, it's really... I thought this turned out really good. This is a butter that's really exceptional.
But hey, let's go. Daniel, you're the one who has to figure out which butter it is.
Which one? You're the only one who doesn't know.
Which one do you think is yours?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll go from best to worst. I think the best one is the one Fernanda made by hand. Because she used the most traditional method to make butter. She has to make butter. So I believe in your ancient method. Yeah, ancient method.
Beating milk by hand.
Exactly.
Thank you for your trust.
So I think Fernanda's is the best. I can't say exactly which one is mine, but I think it's between the two losers. I think the second best is Fernando's, who ran 10 kilometers. That's my guess. All right.
Because you and I are the...
Losers. I think our method didn't work out very well.
Winners?
So, is that it? I think so.
You trust me that much? I need to tell you something.
Should I tell, or will you guys tell?
Who will tell? You should improve your self-esteem.
Work on your self-esteem. Is that mine?
No way. That's yours.
But that was way off.
Even leaving it. Let's go. Pick up each one of yours there. Look.
This one is yours.
I'm happy.
This is this one here.
Look.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It turned out good.
No, yours turned out really good. It did. It was a bit of work to wash because it was still a little creamy, you know. It was kind of loose, so. But it turned out great.
That's why I wasn't really convinced. I kept jumping, but there was still a lot of liquid, so I couldn't tell if it was working. But I thought it looked nice.
But it had already separated from the liquid when we picked it up.
It was already very good, and you could tell it was still liquid. We discussed it this morning before Daniel arrived. And maybe I took too much air out of the bag.
It didn't move.
I think it could be the same issue as the bicycle.
Yeah. When I was riding the bicycle, I didn't feel the liquid moving inside the electronic ankle bracelet. I noticed that it felt hard. So, if there was air, it would be possible to form a wave, a swirl inside.
But didn't you take the air out of Daniel's bag?
Did yours have air inside?
Yeah, everyone prepared individually.
Right? I think so. I just poured the liquid, closed it, and put it in the bigger bag. I didn't take the air out.
You took it out. You didn't let him hear me there.
However, when jumping rope, you move much more than when pedaling a bike.
A lot more now.
And when Daniel is jumping rope, he moves even more.
You know that meme with a high voltage tower jumping, and even without sound, you can still hear it. That was Daniel jumping outside. Man, the window would shake.
I was doing my best, right? For me, it was cool, even if my jumps were weak.
So there's something else too. Maybe Fernando's didn't work out so well because you run really well, you don't move much. Maybe.
If you put an LED on yourself while you were running, you wouldn't even be able to make a jagged line on a graph. That's how perfect your running is.
I wish that were true. I train with the guys there so I don't bounce too much because that messes up your knee. But the way it turned out, I wish I were a runner who doesn't bounce this much.
You took the air out of yours too, right?
I did. I took the air out, otherwise it wouldn't fit. Look at the little bag, want to see? Yeah, that too. The little bag I took was this small. Look at how much stuff is in here.
Maybe if I had put it in a smaller bag with a smaller amount of cream, it would have moved more and turned into butter.
But the question now is it worth it financially to make this butter? Because here's the thing, how much does this cost again? 30, 35 Rias, 39 Rias, yeah. 39 Rias for half a kilo, right? Yeah, now, how much butter did this yield? I'll count it with the container here. Let's say it's 173 grams. How much does 173 grams of quality butter cost? Look.
Let's take a look.
Look, 200 grams cost 16 Rias, yeah?
I'm not sure which good one you wanted. I looked for a good one too. They're different. We have different tastes. But they're both good, right? But yeah, it came out to 18 Rias too.
Yeah, here was 16.90, 200 grams, yeah. So it costs more than double, but
Look, I thought ours was better than this one.
I thought so too. I thought so.
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought ours was better than the butter I bought.
The lack of salt really shows.
Yeah, maybe just sprinkle some on.
If a little bit of Daniel's sweat had gotten in, it would have been even better, you know.
Look, but to sum it up, it works because Daniel managed to do it. Fernando managed to do it too, by beating it by hand, so there was nothing wrong with the ingredients. It's possible to make it, but there must be some secret that we couldn't figure out during the run. On the bike, I don't think it's going to work at all. It's hard, it doesn't mix enough. But Fernando, sorry to say.
But I think it was a little bit my fault. You know?
I'm going to take it to the office to see if they approve the 2 butters that worked out.
Guys, it really looks like butter, doesn't it? Because it is butter.
No, it is.
Very good butter, really good. It's much better than I thought. It turned out really good.
This one tastes like butter.
Because it's butter? This one was made the traditional way, whisking by hand, and this one was made while jumping rope. Oh, I like this one better because it's softer, more wobbly. So look, she preferred Daniel's made while jumping rope.
Is it this one?
Yeah, jumping rope.
The jumping rope one is much tastier.
Is this the jumping rope one?
Is it safe?
It is. It was never in contact with Daniel's body.
Okay, good. I think Daniel was a good mixer.
This one is a little more
It's creamier.
creamy, that's it.
There's more love in this one.
I'm not sure, it seems like more effort, more obvious.
There's more sweat.
I worked hard too, Jansen can vouch for me. My arm was already burning. My little bread roll, look at it. Do you want to try some butter? This one was made by hand using this whisk. This one was made by jumping rope.
Jumping rope. I'm definitely going to start with the one that was made by jumping rope. Delicious. But it's tasty. Yes. It's sensual, right?
It's sensual.
But it's good. I think we should encourage people to wear themselves out like this to produce food.
After we filmed the video, I told some people who run with me that making butter while running hadn't worked. And then everyone said, "What do you mean? Everyone's doing it." We did. It worked and all. And then they gave me some tips that I'm going to try again to see if it works this time. The first and most important thing is I'm not using a hydration backpack anymore. I'm using a drawstring bag, so it shakes a lot more. I think that's going to make a big difference. The second tip is I didn't take the air out of the little bags and the Ziploc with the heavy cream. And the third different thing, besides the heavy cream, I'm also bringing a bag of higher fat cream, which is a fattier heavy cream, so it's already closer to butter. Maybe that'll help, or maybe not. Again, I might be running for nothing. Let's see. It shook a lot more. I think it made a big difference. I'm going to pull over there to open the bag and see what happened. Yeah. The cream is much thicker and looks more yellowish, right? Look, this is the heavy cream. Look, it reached the consistency it hadn't reached last time, huh? Look, I'm putting it in the fridge, washing up and checking if it works. That's it.
You like to run, right?
I do.
Fernando, he got upset that our plan didn't work out. That everyone else was able to do it and went all the way.
I felt guilty because I told the group from the advisory team that I run, and then people said, "Hey, but everyone is doing it." I don't know who did it. You don't run that well. That's not the reason. Then they gave me some tips, and here it is, the butter is done. The cream, it's fattier than heavy cream, and it turned out softer here. Look, but it's also buttery. This is the cream, and the heavy cream, it turned out so hard.
But look at this.
It turned out just like butter.
This butter is perfect. I think this is going to be great. Did you add salt or not?
It's just like the other one.
The others? Okay, let's see. The others were really good. A little taste of sweat, right?
No, there wasn't. And the worst part, you know what it was? This time I had to run less. I only ran 8 kilometers. Last time we did 10 and it didn't happen.
But it's top quality butter.
Look, it's good, right? It is. Try this one. Katia said something and I want to see if you'll notice it in this one.
Let's see. This is the cream, so the final butter would be a bit more watery, right? Yeah, it looks like whipped cream, yeah.
Katia agreed. Floating cream becomes whipped cream before turning into butter. So I think we still need to shake it for a few more kilometers for it to fully turn into butter.
But look. Now, Fernando's honor as a runner is very good.